So Agrim is there, Ariman
Yes,
is
sir.
there, Shubham Goswami is there, Varun is there, Shubhani and Sahananda. ये दोनों ने सबने कैमरा. Can you hear Shubhagni?
Let me just text them also, sir, once
Yes,
in case they can't hear.
I
Okay.
can hear you. I'm trying, sir. There's some issue
Okay,
from
no
my
issues,
side.
no
Just a
issues.
second.
Just for a minute, and then we can just, you can just hide yourself. No problem. हाँ ठीक है. सहर ने combing proper नहीं करा हुआ. Okay, fine.
यार
And I
में से
think
किसी ने नहीं कर
so.
रखा सर.
हाँ कोई बात
एग्जाम टाइम चल रहा है
नहीं.
सर.
Exam चल रहे हैं, so I can understand. Okay, Shivangini is there. Shivnani was busy in, because she never thought that she'll be, coming on the video. So she was preparing for that. Okay, okay. Fine. ठीक है, चलो शुरू करो. Now you can just hide yourself. No issues if you want
जी
to.
सर. Guys, can one of you present, please? I don't know
Who is
who's
going to
presenting.
put the, this thing?
I'm not sure, sir. सर शुभांगी तुम में से कोई present कर रहा है?
Shivangini, who has the presentation? आपके पास है?
So all of us has the presentation.
Okay, okay. Just, share the presentation, somebody.
Can someone share? There's some issue with my Mac. So हो नहीं रहा.
अच्छा कोई बात नहीं. अच्छा कुछ प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है कहीं प्रेजेंटेशन करने में इसमें?
नहीं सर, थोड़ा सा मेरा नेटवर्क स्लो दिखा रहा है. That's why it's not loading.
अच्छा तो आप अपना
Can somebody else-
वीडियो ऑफ कर लो तो हो जाएगा.
जी अग्रिम, can you try once?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Or you can just share the presentation on the WhatsApp so that I can just put it on if there is any issue.
सर को मैं forward कर दूँ.
हाँ फॉरवर्ड कर दो, इसी पे ग्रुप में कर दो आप फॉरवर्ड. So I'll just share it if you're having some issue sharing from there. Okay.
Agrim, are you trying to present or should I forward?
Forward कर दे trying.
अच्छा एक second. I'm just going to forward it to sir only. But Broski, I think one of us should present because like sir कैसे करेंगे वो बार slide switch.
मुझे कोई इशू नहीं है. Don't worry. If it is, I can just run the presentation as it is. There's no issue. But if you can do it yourself, it'll be wonderful. If not, suppose you are getting difficulty in, presenting it, then I can do it. Okay, now I think coming. Yeah, it's coming. It's good.
आ गया?
Yeah, I have
हो
shared.
गया.
Sure, very good.
Thank you sir.
Yeah, just a second.
Bottom right पे full screen वाला.
उसको आप presentation mode. You have to show it.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah, it's there.
I guess we'll start now, sir, today. Good afternoon, sir. We are Group 6, comprising of Agrim Srivastav, myself, Arman Gupta, Seher Nanda, Shubham Goswami, Shubhangni Singh, and Varun Lotra. We are all fourth years in BSc Economics and Finance, sir.
Okay.
Today's presentation is based on the Tata Technologies Limited IPO.
Okay.
Which had just occurred on, which was just listed on November 30th.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned before, the data was a little difficult, but we realized that the buzz was so high that this was something that was very relevant to all of us, and hence the presentation. And we would like to understand better about it. Sahir, could you please switch to the next slide? Sir, a brief introduction about the Tata Technologies Group. Tata Technologies has been a part of the Tata Group, and initially when it was established, even in 1989, it was established headquartered in Pune, and it has regional headquarters in United States as well. It was established initially as the automotive design unit of Tata Motors up until 1994, if I'm not wrong, when it was hived off as a separate company with Tata Motors continuing to hold a majority stake and be its biggest client as well. Initially, like I mentioned, it was an automotive design unit, but then it grew into many diverse enterprises, serving industries from aerospace engineering to industrial heavy machinery, in product life cycle management, manufacturing, product development, IT and service management. Its its IPO was very recently listed on. It was opened on 22nd and then closed on 24th, and then listed very recently on the 30th of November.
Okay.
Moving on, this presentation is going to be talking about the company itself and analyze Tata Technologies as a company itself, looking at its key differences and comparison with other Tata Group companies. And then we'll delve deeper into the IPO as well, and then do a deep analysis of the IPO and its comparison and how it's doing currently.
Sure.
I'd like to hand over to Agrim to continue the presentation, please.
Yeah, so good afternoon. Now I'll be going through the key differences between Tata Tech, Tata Elxsi, and TCS for our understanding of the company which we are doing, which is Tata Tech. So Tata Technologies, Tata Elxsi, and TCS are three separate entities within the Tata Group, and each operates in different domains of the technology and services industry. A brief overview about each of these. Tata Technologies primarily focuses on engineering and product lifecycle management services. They provide design and engineering solutions to manufacturing companies across various industries, including automotive, aerospace, and industrial machinery. The company is known for its expertise in product design, engineering, and innovation, helping clients develop and improve their products and processes. Now coming to Tata Elxsi. Tata Elxsi is a design and technology consulting company that provides services in areas such as product design, engineering, and solutions for industries like media, healthcare, and telecommunications. Tata Elxsi is particularly known for its work in the design and development of embedded systems, software development, and providing technology solutions for various industries. Now, TCS is one of the largest IT services and consulting companies globally. It offers a wide range of services, including software development, consulting, business process outsourcing, and IT infrastructure services. TCS serves clients across multiple industries, providing solutions for digital transformation, cloud computing, analytics, and artificial intelligence. It has a diverse portfolio of services and is known for its global presence. Now, next slide, please. Now I'll just talk about the industry verticals of Tata Technologies. Uh, Tata Technologies has one of its verticals, which is the service segment, and out of which 75% is from the automotive and 9.82% is from others. So Tata Technologies has a strong presence in the automotive sector, offering services related to automotive engineering, design, and manufacturing. They work with automotive manufacturers and suppliers globally. Aerospace and defense, Tata Technologies provides engineering and design services to companies in the aerospace and defense industries. This includes support for aircraft design, manufacturing, and related technologies. Tata Tech also has a technology and solutions segment wherein they provide services such as product lifecycle management, engineering services, digital manufacturing, connecting vehicles, and IoT, etc. On the right side, we see a graph which shows how the engineering, research, and development service industry has been growing throughout the years. The ER&D expenditure outsourced to third-party engineering services providers was pegged at 145 to 155 billion dollars in 2021, and the CAGR is expected to grow at 14 to 17% from financial year 22 to 26. Now over to Shubham.
Yeah, so thanks for that, Akram. Now we'll discuss the strengths and weaknesses of the company. So first of all is the deep expertise in the automotive industry. Tata Group has been in the industry for long, and that helps the enterprise optimization needs and product development requirements of the conventional OEMs and new vehicles across the supply chain. So one of the major strengths that it has is the set of clients it has, such as Tata Motors, Airbus, McLaren, Honda, Ford, etc. Now, although it is a major strength of Tata, it also becomes a weakness because 57% of the revenue for Tata Tech comes from these top five clients. Again, the revenue concentration is a major problem because 69% revenue is contributed by the automotive sector, and as you all know, the automotive sector is cyclical. Another major weakness which we saw in the Tata Tech's company is that the exchange rate fluctuation risk. So it stands at about 64.75%, and that is revenue related to the foreign currency revenue. So The revenue is actually quite dependent on foreign currency, as 65% is a major chunk of that.
So are
Now,
they will be getting the revenue in terms of dollars and other currencies from abroad, or I mean,
right, right.
so if it is in dollars, then of course definitely, because dollar is always an appreciating currencies against the rupee.
Uh-huh.
So it may actually favorably go for them.
No, sir. The client revenue is actually from outside companies, so they are not getting the payment in dollars. Actually,
Acha.
the payment is done in rupees, so that's why it's a major weakness for them.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So yeah, on to the next slide now. Sir, next. Yeah.
All right, moving to the financials. The financial demonstrate a picture of great, strength and growth. Notably, there have been a consistent increase in revenue with a substantial 36.23% sales growth from FY21 to 23. The company is profitable as evidenced by 61.53% growth in net profit during the same period. Operational performance is robust with an impressive 45.28% growth in EBITDA. Additionally, the profit margin has increased by 4.09%, showcasing an improvement in overall profitability. These financial indicators underscore the company's sound financial health and strategic management, making a noteworthy player in the market. Moving on to the next slide.
So, I will share some insights about the eligibility of Tata Technologies IPO based on the guidelines outlined in the Regulation 6 Rule 1 of SEBI's ICBR regulations. We have conducted a thorough assessment, and here's what we found. Tata Technologies has net tangible assets of at least 3 crore rupees in each of the past 3 years, calculated on a restated and consolidated basis. The usual limit of 50% on monetary assets doesn't apply in this case because the IPO is entirely through an offer for sale. The company has maintained a net worth of at least 1 crore rupees in each of the preceding 3 years, showcasing its financial strength. Tata Technologies has an average operating profit of at least 15 crore rupees over the same 3 year period, indicating consistent profitability.
Okay, sir.
We
Tell
have
me one
also
thing. Tell me one thing. This is entirely an OFS, offer for sale, or there is some I mean fresh issue also.
no, this is entirely an offer for sale.
Okay, okay. That's why this
Yeah,
monetary 50% is not applicable. Okay, fine.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Go ahead,
So we
please.
have also verified that the additional conditions that are there for the offer for sale are also met as outlined in the red herring prospectus.
Okay.
So moving on to the next slide. So details of the offer for sale by the selling shareholders. So Tata Technologies IPO size is 3042 crore, which is entirely offer for sale, which means existing investors or promoters are selling their shares and the company did not receive any proceeds from the IPO. So Tata Motors owned 64.79% of Tata Technologies and they sold 11.4% of its equity shares in the offer for sale, which brought in around 2,312 crores. Tata Motors Finance had a 2% stake, but they didn't sell any part of it. On the other hand, Alpha TC Holdings sold 98 lakhs and Tata Capital Growth Fund sold 48 lakhs. Together, these sales brought in 730 crores, and this money went to the private equity investment firms. In total, there was a 15% dilution, meaning a bit of ownership changed hands, and from all those sales, a grand total of 3,042 crores was collected.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, so moving on to the objectives now. So before the launch of the IPO, all the Tata stocks were pretty much doing well, and the market was also going up. So I think Tata Tech also thought that it is a good time to launch the IPO, and one of the major objectives of it was to raise funds and carry out the offer for sale of up to 600k shares, equity shares, by selling these shareholders and book profits. And another major objective was to enhance the visibility of the brand and obviously increase the brand image as well. Now on to the IPO details on the next slide. So the IPO size was about 3,000 crores at the upper price band, and the price band it was offered was from rupees 475 to rupees 500. The face value stood at rupees 2 per equity share, and the IPO date mentioned were 22nd November to 24th November. The lot size is also given in detail is 30 shares in one lot, and the investor quotas were as the following: as QIBs were at 43.33%, retail at 30.33, and the NII as 13%. So now on to the peer comparison for the next slide.
All right. So, for our better understanding of the IPO and as well the sector of the company, we've done a peer comparison with the three other companies and which had their IPOs listed and are in similar sectors as compared to our company. Or so, starting off with KPIT Technologies. So, KPIT Technologies basically provides embedded software and product engineering services to automotive companies, which is also on similar domains with Tata Technologies Limited. The company's headquarter is in Pune and has development centers in Europe, USA, Japan, and China as well. They specialize in automotive and mobility solutions, and they have noteworthy international presence. Their IPO got listed at I'm sorry, one sec. Their IPO got listed at around 105 rupees, which was 5% higher than what the price was offered to the public when the IPO subscription was going on. And now moving on to L&T Technologies, so, and the current price for KPIT Technology Limited is at around 1458 rupees as of today. Now moving on to L&T Technology Services. So L&T offers a broad, diverse range of engineering and research services, and they also serve in transportation, oil and gas, healthcare sectors, media entertainment, semiconductors, and telecommunication and plant engineering sectors as well. The company is headquartered in Vadodara, Gujarat. They have a very broad client base, and due to the L&T name, they have a global footprint for the company as well. L&T's IPO was listed at L&T's IPO was roughly listed. L&T Technologies. I'm so, so the current price for L&T Technology Service Limited is at around 4,900 rupees as of today, and it's noted for its digital transformation initiatives aligning with the industry trends as well. Lastly, we looked at Tata Elxsi as well over here. So as we all know, Tata Elxsi specializes in design and technology consulting services, as highlighted earlier in our presentation. And they have a very strong vertical enterprise in the semiconductor chip business as well. So the IPO for Tata Elxsi was actually listed at around 13.5 rupees. And as of today, the IPO is rough. So the share price roughly hovers around 82 to 8,300 rupees, which is a massive growth that the company has seen. So
So
overall,
at what price it was listed? What price you said?
so the IPO the share price was listed at 13.5 rupees, but then due to the stock split, it rose up to 34 rupees
Okay.
per share. And today it hovers at around 82 to 8,300.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Moving on to the next slide.
So, we examined Tata Tech's IPO and conducted some calculations. We calculated its PE by dividing the upper band price by the company's earnings EPS for financial year 2023. It turned out to be 32.5 times. Now, compared to other companies like KPIT Technologies and Tata Elxsi, Tata Tech's PE is lower, kind of similar to L&T Technology Services PE. This means the IPO was not at all overvalued. We also looked at other metrics such as EV/EBIT, EV/EBITDA, and price to sales ratio. Tata Tech's values were close to industry's median. So we can say that as compared to its peers, Tata Tech was fairly priced. We employed other metrics as well to assess the valuation of the IPO. The IPO's valuation at the upper price band is rupees 20,000 283 crores. We observed that the IPO is valued at around 7 times its net worth, and also indicated that we are paying a premium of 7 times the actual net asset value. To put it in perspective, this is not too high. For example, there are companies like Mama Earth that went for valuations 20 times their net worth. So overall, Tata Tech seems reasonably priced.
Okay. So which company you were referring to? Mama Earth.
Yes, sir.
So that was into cosmetics, or which kind of business it was?
Yeah, it is into beauty products
Beauty
only.
products, and this is basically a technological product. So definitely there is always a as price to book ratio or price to net worth. I mean, all the companies which are like cosmetics and FMCG companies, they always trade at a higher multiples compared to the technological companies. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Uh, so, analyzing the IPO performance, Tata Technologies' recent initial public offering demonstrated market enthusiasm. On the last day of bidding, the IPO was oversubscribed by impressive 69.43 times, reflecting robust investor interest. The anticipation of strong listing gains were realized, where with shares witnessing a remarkable surge, trading 2.6 times higher than the IPO price. The IPO received substantial bids totaling around 300 crores shares against the 400 shares on offer. Institutional investors, that is the QIBs, showed particular high interest, subscribing 203.11 times, followed by non-institutional investors (NIIs) at 62.11 times and retail investors at 16.50 times. The listing on November 13, 2023 was met with considerable success. On the NSE, Tata Technologies opened at rupees 1200, marking a remarkable 140% increase over the price issue, and closed at rupees 1326, reflecting a 10.56% gain over the listing and an impressive 165.34 gain over the IPO. Similarly, on the BSE, the opening was at around rupees 1,199 and it closed at 1,340. The stock traded consistently over the opening price, reaching a high approximately 10% above the listing, but stayed below the 20% upper circuit. In the broader market context, despite a 37-point increase in Nifty and an 87-point gain in Sensex, Tata Technologies' performance outshined, showcasing strong market confidence and investor appetite. That's all from our side, sir. Thank you.
Okay, great. It was I mean, I think you have presented well. So now tell me, one thing, I mean, before we conclude, I mean, how was this subject? Did you, I mean, gain something out of that? I mean, what was your, if I had to ask your opinion about this subject, so anyone, a couple of students, they can answer. So what you learned from the subject, basically, which we did in the class? Shubhagini?
All right, sir. So actually, we are from 2020 batch. So most of like the first 2 years were online classes. So
Okay.
we actually never had the strong base of finance.
Okay.
If I say in my opinion, we never had offline classes. We never get to interact with our professors. Um, and online classes, as we know that with time you lose your interest in it. So while we come to campus and we had very few finance subjects actually. So yeah, I think one of your course was very beneficial, at least to me. In the also class also, like I used to ask you very basic questions because I believe my basis was not very clear. So one thing was that as a professor, it's very easy to ask questions to you. Um, and if I talk about the subject as a whole, so yes, sir, this QIB one part and the IPO was the most interesting I find. Get to know so many things at the red hearing you all told me the other day.
Yeah.
So overall, it was a really great course, sir.
Okay, but the way you have presented all the financial numbers, you talked about this IPO. You look to
Yes,
be
sir.
quite efficient in understanding the numbers, I believe. So it was not like you were
Um,
having a weak, financial base. But anyway, I mean that can be, built on, upon a time. Basically, it takes.
Again,
So
so your Excel that exercises actually helped me a lot.
okay,
Uh, so
okay. So now you are in the final year now.
yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So what about others? One more comment, and then we conclude.
Yeah, sir, I think I would also like to add on that. So I think this was one of the most interesting courses, I mean, throughout the university which I've pursued. Apart from the core courses as well, I think this was the most beneficial elective that I've taken because not only were your classes interactive, but also very interesting for me because, I mean, when I delve into the markets and the financial and share markets, and this course was actually like relatable to real life as well. So, I mean, what I learned, I mean, that's what I saw in the market as well. So, I think this was a very interesting course, and yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it throughout.
So, are you a finance student or engineering student?
No, sir, economics and finance. All of us are
Economics.
like
Okay,
eco-fin
okay,
students, both here.
fine. So, what
Yeah.
about anyone from engineering? I mean, was it difficult to understand? I remember you're from engineering. I mean,
No, sir,
Sir,
actually, our
all
course
of
is
us are
all
from
eco.
Ecofin, sir.
acha,
Yeah,
eco
sir.
this thing. Okay.
So, but just to add to that, I'll personally just say that finance courses, mein, sir, like Shubhangi mentioned, we've not had too much concrete, building on our foundation. But I feel like this finance course is one of those rare finance courses जहाँ पर application पे आपने बहुत focus किया सर.
Yeah.
बीच में the group assignments and the individual assignments that you gave actually helped me clarify मेरा mutual funds का फंडा काफी काफी
Clear हो
का
गया.
to a very 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 good extent.
Okay.
And the presentation is also possible today because I believe that I'm pretty sure at the start of this course you would not have been able to pull off a presentation like this, like we have been able to at the end of this course, because IPO and mutual funds, may we've understood or we've delved deeper into it. So now we understand how they work, at least on a intricate scale.
Okay.
So that much though, definitely. So thank you so
Sure,
much.
sure, sure. See, I've been, taking.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
Thank
you,
okay.
you so
sir.
much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Okay, see
Thank
you
you,
then. Okay,
sir.
bye. Bye.